を思い出して、僕には言い足りないことばかりだ。ギターを鳴らして2小節
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the B stream for United States Cup 2023. It is Maryland versus Georgia. This one's gonna be a pretty insane one, I gotta say. Our last of the losers quarterfinals round one matches. My name's Tyken, and joining me today is Pigeon. Pigeon, how are you doing?
I am tired. I have commentated so many matches today. I've picked up a lot of commentary from some people who have just been under the weather, unfortunately. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to this match. I know a lot of the players on both teams. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun match to watch.
Absolutely. Um, this is the kind of match you wouldn't expect in losers bracket, especially this soon. Maryland seed 6, knocked down very early on, in a pretty big upset by New York. Georgia making their way down at the very beginning of the tournament. And coming their way through a match against Connecticut to make it here. It's going to be very contested for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Maryland having lost last weekend isn't necessarily unheard of, but it's the way that they lost to New York, right? 5-0 from a team like Maryland is very unorthodox this early on into the tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Not to say that New York wasn't playing well, right? New York was obviously playing out of their minds, and tonight, unfortunately, New York was missing two of their better players in Taquito and Rhythm Game. They were not there for the match, and regardless, they still took 2 points off of Florida. So New York's looking really
this speaks
good.
to the talent of the state that sent Maryland down to this point, right? But Maryland is going to keep fighting on and on. They are going to try and get themselves back up to where their seed says they should be. Unfortunately, one of these teams is going to go home tonight. One of these teams is going to be eliminated from the tournament between Maryland and Georgia. So it's going to be a pretty tense one.
Absolutely. I mean, both of these teams are definitely looking to, prove that they deserve to stay in this tournament, right? So they're going to come at this full force. But it is always sad seeing one of either team going out in losers bracket.
Yeah. For now, though, we're going to chill with our warm-ups for a little while. We got Maryland's warm-up crab rave right up. Give us a chance to chill before the sure to be a pretty high-stakes match.
Is this actually Maryland's warm-up?
I would assume so. I mean, it's got Maryland is gone in the diff name.
Yeah, but there. Okay, yeah, this has to be Maryland's warm-up, right? Stacker's just on the wrong team. Because I was thinking Stacker said that he was downloading the map.
I'm not sure. This could be Jordan. I'm not sure. It's a warm-up. That's what matters.
Absolutely. We can talk a little bit about these two teams, right? For the side of Maryland, you have players like Batball, Monko2K, Kama, Minus, Kodama, Costco Hot Dog. These are all namesakes in the tournament scene. And, seeing them in losers bracket this early on is weird. But they are definitely going to try and climb their way out of it. For Georgia, we have Stacker, formerly Stacker Joe, right? Razorfruit, Speed Kitty Meowm, Sean's Very Asian, and Max. Some solid players in Razorfruit and Stacker, as well as Speed Kitty Meowm. It's a higher ranking player, but just overall, this is a lower seeded team versus a much higher seeded team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be a climb for Georgia, but I don't think it's going to be an impossible one. Um, it's gonna be hard.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a slider.
Oh, you can
that
see
a
the
crab?
slider in the background. It looks more like tic-tac-toe to me. But that's not quite
Yes.
correct either.
I think that was supposed to be a crab, possibly. Not sure what that was.
Couldn't tell ya. I mean, I guess it would have to be a crab, right? I mean, this is Maryland we're talking about.
Maybe it was the crab man at the bottom of the background.
You think so? That makes sense.
That's what I'm guessing here.
Let's see it.
A little bit of banjo. Always love some banjo lag. At least it's on the warm-ups.
Yeah, good thing it's not on an actual map. What is that?
This is a warm-up.
Really incredible. We've had some absolutely wonderful warm-ups throughout this tournament. It's been a joy to witness, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's Maryland.
Is that Maryland's country? Or, country. Maryland's
Country?
state? You know, Maryland can be a country. I'll allow it.
We'll let them go on their own. They'll get their own OWC team. It's chill.
Yeah, probably Maryland's warm-up. And that would make even more sense knowing now that the next map is The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Beautiful.
Probably Georgia's warm-up. Unless they're just taunting each other. You know?
That would be really funny. And it appears Georgia's gonna choose to play this one with DT.
I think they have to because the map itself, the song itself, is so long.
Really?
Yes. I imagine that this is going to be a long song. This is why they have to put double time on it. Excuse me.
The best it's ever been.
Did you ever play Guitar Hero 3?
Unfortunately, I did not. I've only played one Guitar Hero game, and I think it was Guitar Hero 2.
Oh man. Yeah, this song was an absolute banger on that game.
Hell yeah.
I think it was a secret map or a secret chart.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not get the chance to play Guitar Hero that much. I had it on the Wii, but like the guitar accessory broke, and so my my parents were very protective of the second one that they bought, so I didn't get to play it unless I was in their view.
That's not cool.
Yeah,
Did you break it?
I didn't break it.
Okay, well there you go. At least that. Little Among Us there from Very Asian.
Beautiful.
I'll start this show, and fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings, and it made an evil hiss. Then a band of demons joined in, and it sounded something like this.
Yeah, I can understand now why they play with this this with DT. I would be losing my mind right now if they weren't playing this with DT.
It's a very long song.
Banjo is just having so much fun with DT right now.
Yeah, no banjo for us today, unfortunately. It's kind of just how it goes.
When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son. But sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Grab this dog back, no town, no.
Shoutouts to Munko, Kama, and Stacker right now. Oh my god.
He has some pretty good scores.
The devil bowed his head because he...
I love when people just pop off on the warm-up. It is my favorite thing ever.
Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been. He played Fire on the Mountain, run, boy, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Ready to get no back, no town, no.
And there we go. We get into the picks and bans phase of the match now. The beginning of the real match.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were some warm-ups. And we are going to be seeing what exactly these two teams are going to be choosing to ban. It's going to be Georgia first ban. Against a team like Maryland, I can't imagine there's too much you can do to ban them out. They are a very well-rounded, solid team.
For sure.
Georgia opting to ban out Free Mod 2 makes a little bit of sense, right? Free Mod 2 is the oh goodness. It is the faster BPM burst map, which is like kind of like Breakcore. We hate Toho.
Yeah, I mean, it's your OWC speed map, right? You just get rid of it. Especially against a team that's as high skill cap as Maryland.
And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now, you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you. The boy said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take...
See where Maryland goes with it. Maryland's gonna have a bit of a better time here, obviously, as just they have that skill set coverage. They're just going to be able to ban stuff that maybe they don't feel as comfortable on. They don't even necessarily need to ban into Georgia. They just need to ban for themselves. And it's going to be No Mod 3 to go out first. Number 5, a very, very uncomfortable map. Completely understandable. Like, you need so much practice on a map like that to feel confident on it.
Yeah, and I do think that was actually a ban towards Georgia. Stacker and Max are definitely two players that I could have seen who have practiced that map a lot.
Mm-hmm.
DT3.
Yeah, that one's a little more standard, a little more just basic mechanics. It makes sense off of Free Mod 2, right? They want to get rid of fast stuff. DT3 a little more in the aim direction, but still fairly fast, so it makes sense.
It's got a lot of burst in it, even still.
Yeah.
I think that's completely understandable. Georgia to get rid of that one. It is the next closest thing to a speed map.
When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son.
And Hidden 3 going as well. That is Sudapetan. I think... No, this might be the second time it's been banned, but this is a very high pick ban presence map. The difficulty of it really just comes in the form of these linear back and forths in it.
Yeah, now getting into the actual picks. It is going to be Maryland to pick first. So strong. I imagine we're going to see stuff more in the speed direction. Probably Hidden 2 at some point in this match, just given the Georgia bans. DT absolutely an option as well. DT2 and DT4 are definitely both very, very present in response to bans such as DT3 and Fremont 2. We'll see. Maryland does have a lot of options.
They absolutely do. They're going to be taking their time with this. Not necessarily sure why. I'd imagine they are feeling pretty confident going into this match, but it's always fine to just use up your entire clock as you want to discuss what you want to pick, possibly even what you want to pick for the next map too. Looking ahead.
For sure.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal.
And honestly, if I have to listen to Devil Went Down to Georgia, I'm about to go down to Georgia and turn this song off.
Yeah?
I am. I like this song, but man, don't like this version of it. Even though this is the original version of the song.
It's okay. Now it's finally time, Womanizer.
Oh.
It's Britney, bitch.
That brings so much joy to my heart. This
I
map.
think we've gone this entire weekend without this map getting picked, right?
No, so it was actually picked last match, in the Texas versus South California matchup.
Okay.
Or North California? Oh gosh, I just commentated it, but it was picked.
Okay, that's great. I was still under the impression that we had not seen this at all.
Yeah, the Texas North California match. They did end up picking it. That was the first time we have seen it this weekend. Thankfully, we are going to get to see it a second time. This AR 10.4, it's alt. Oops, all alt. But man, is this song such a banger.
Absolutely. This one's gonna be interesting. This does share a little bit of the aim elements that No Mod 1 has. If Maryland is feeling super confident, if they're looking really good on this DT1, No Mod 1 is also very much in the cards for them. It's a little bit different, but not so different that it's a bad strategy per se. So that's absolutely something that Maryland could be looking at, or Georgia, if Georgia manages to take a break point on this.
It'd be hard pressed to see Georgia taking this one off of Maryland, but I think possibilities always there.
For sure.
We are going to get into the map itself. We are going to see Kama, Monko 2K, and Batball. These are going to be pretty standard lineup, I think, for Maryland's double time roster. And for the side of Georgia, we have Speed Kitty Meowm, Max, and Stacker. This map starts immediately with a spaced burst there. A lot of accuracy drops from players Speed Kitty Meowm and Max. Going to make an immediate score advantage for the side of Maryland, as Bancho is doing what Bancho does best.
DT freezes on Banjo. What a classic. Where would we be without him, honestly? I want to point out OMX's accuracy, along with the break he found, not looking great. Batball is going to trade a break, but OMX's accuracy is doing a lot against Team Georgia right now. Speed Kitty Meow also going to go down. Sort of not looking great in the combo department as Kama and Malko 2K are taking an early combo lead here.
Yeah, it's not the best look for Georgia, but it's kind of to be expected. I mean, no more combos remaining for them will mean that the score is going to keep climbing towards Maryland, but I don't think Georgia's necessarily known for speed. They're not speed necessarily. High AR double time. I don't think this is something that was going to favor them at all.
Yeah, not their mod, not their slot. Combo's gonna find a break, but it's not gonna do too much to slow the bleed. As even with Monko finding break as well, Georgia does not have combo. They are all consistently struggling, all below 94% accuracy. And you look at Maryland, they're all above 98. They're recovering much quicker, and it's just game over for Georgia on this map.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing more for them to do here. Score lead's almost 1,000,000 at this point, and that's all right. You're gonna see this on the break, and you don't really sweat it at all. You just kind of want to move on and try and worry about what you're going to pick. There's no shame in losing a pick like this one.
For sure. I mean, there's a reason we haven't seen this one picked as much. It is very, very difficult and very much appeals to a very specific audience. So, don't beat yourself up over at Georgia, as Maryland is going to take their first pick, their first point. Georgia's going to have a chance to pick and make their return.
Yeah, Maryland going to make this 1-0 was their pick. Going back over to Georgia now for their first pick. There we go. Now we see the score. I was gonna say, I believe we are in warm-up mode. But yeah, good scores from Kama and Monko2K. Unfortunately for them both, they had 2 slider breaks, I believe, each. And Batball had a really good supporting score as well. More than Stacker and Max combined on just his score alone. So, I mean, it was very dominant. There wasn't much Georgia could have done there differently. It's just not their map. And they are going to go with Nomad 5. Surprised this wasn't banned out against them. This is the low AR, heavy reading, stacked kind of reading map that is in the Nomad pool.
Yeah, I'd expect that they would ban this over Hidden 3, but no, it was Hidden 3 to go. This one's gonna be the one that remains. I mean, for the team that banned the other reading map, this is very scary, right? Like, Georgia absolutely in the right for picking this Nomad 5.
I'm going to go ahead and see a few new players coming in here. Costco Hot Dog and Monko2K stepping in for Maryland. And Variation is looking to be a player here on Georgia. Batball will be coming back in for Maryland. I don't imagine we'll see Stacker on this pick, so I don't know who the third player is going to be for Georgia. Maryland banned, what was it, Hidden 3, Nomad 3.
That would be correct, yes.
Have you ever been to a Costco before, Taikani?
I live in Utah, which happens to have the largest Costco in the country, actually. In the world. Yep.
Is their food really that good?
Yeah. I love the 150 hot dog and 20-ounce drink free refills deal.
See, because I went to a Costco down in Kentucky, and I went there with one of my friends who had a Costco membership. I don't, because I don't believe we have any in Indiana. And they would not let either of us in together because I did not have a membership.
That's so cringe. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't really try to fight it, but it wasn't cool.
I am gonna have to agree with that. I hope one day you have a chance to visit Costco. It's a truly wonderful place.
Yeah, let's talk about this match now. Lots and lots and lots and lots of misses from Variation and OMAX. Really don't know about this pick for them, unfortunately. It is going to be Stacker as their third, but 65% accuracy is not what you want on this kind of map this early on.
Yeah, it feels like this pick is exclusively for Stacker. My worry is that Maxi and Munko are going to be more than enough to match him, and so far that is holding true as the Costco Hot Dog, Max very Asian trading breaks, meaning you just have these FCs from Batball, from Monko, from Stacker fighting against each other. It's going to give the lead to Maryland for now. That said, Monko is going to find a break.
Is on the longer side too of maps in the pool, but you know, the map doesn't really change necessarily. It is just a lot of this stacked patterns and memorization, almost reading style, that if you have not practiced this, you are going to be struggling a lot.
Yeah, and it's Stacker to find the struggle here halfway through finding a break. That ball's going to trade it about 80 combo later, but that gave Maryland a chance to build up about a 200k lead, and now Costco Hot Dog is in a position to do some damage.
Oh, and some unfortunate misses there from Max as well as Costco Hot Dog. Really not what you want to see. I mean, Max is doing the best he can with his score that he has. Very Asian score, not really there at all. I wouldn't consider that at all in the calculations too much, but this really is just down to Stacker and Max for the side of Georgia, and they're not able to do much with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, if Very Asian was there to provide some sort of supporting combo, it could look very different. But you know, hasn't even reached 30k. Not really able to do much for Georgia. It feels like a 2v3, and it's just a 2v3. They cannot win.
Yeah, unfortunate for them. You know, maybe they were playing with the idea that Stacker could full combo this or get, you know, a very impressive score, which, let's be honest, 400,000 is an impressive score on this map, but it's just not enough. You really need the supporting combos, you need the supporting score, and it's just not there for Georgia.
Yeah, and especially when you have Maxi closing out the 600k at the end of the day, that 400k just nearly it's not nearly enough, and it's going to give Maryland a very, very early break point.
Score is going to be 2-0 for Maryland here. Going back over to Maryland. I think they can probably abuse Georgia and a lot of these mechanic maps that are in the pool. Like maybe if they go into the free mod category, they'll find a bit of success with that. Other than that, I mean, I'm not too sure what all else Georgia is going to be strong at, to the point that Maryland shouldn't pick it themselves. But it's kind of just the nature of how these matchups go, right? When you have such a high-seeded team as Maryland versus one of the lower-seeded teams, Georgia. Don't get it wrong, Georgia's still seed 17. It's just not necessarily going to be a fair matchup.
Yeah, Georgia's going to struggle a lot, without a doubt. Maryland isn't, and they're going right back into DT2. It's Don't Say Lazy. This one, 272 BPM, old style DJ pop kind of style, and then you have really fast bursts.
It is AR9 with double time. I believe AR7 before double time. So 270 plus BPM. That's makes for a lot of dense sections. However, this map's pretty spaced out all throughout. But it is definitely an older style map. It was from 2009, so if that gives you any idea of, you know, where the difficulty is going to come from, just alone in how the map is structured, will definitely be a lot of the difficulty.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. This map, we're reaching the point where this map is older than a good portion of OSU players.
I don't know what the average OSU player base age is. I myself, I've skewed a little bit because I am 26 going on 27, and I only started playing when I was like 20. So.
Oh, really? I started playing when I was 12. So, I mean, yeah, there are 12-year-olds who are younger than this beat map.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy to think about, actually. 2009 feels like not that long ago to me, but really, it is 14 years ago.
No. I loaded Yardanica. No! No, Stacker! Okay, we're good. Oh, whenever Tourney Client does that, it scares the hell out of me.
Also, to anyone stating their ages in the Twitch chat, please do not say if you are below 13 years old, because
that's so true.
Against Twitch TOS.
That's so real. Now on to the match, we're seeing some early act struggles from members of both teams, but especially Georgia. We're seeing specifically Speed Kitty having trouble just being in the 80 range at all. Batball, meanwhile, looking strong with 97% accuracy, making a huge difference. As well as big supporting combo from Monko, although that's going to go away. It's going to be the battle of FCs between Batball and Stacker, but Batball just has the better supporting combo and accuracy.
Yeah, it really is just unfortunate for Georgia here. You know, Batball missing there isn't going to do too much, as they do have the combos from Kama, but for Georgia, it really is just a Stacker show. And as I say that, Kama misses immediately. So does Monko 2K. Stacker is holding strong on their combo. This could definitely swap back over to Georgia here pretty quickly. But, you know, as I was saying, Georgia doesn't really have a three-man roster for all skill sets.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to show here in these later rounds, where it's just not going to be as easy as pick all of the easiest maps, because the easiest maps now are pretty hard. Stacker has this monster score, this monster combo, but the score advantage is still in favor of Maryland for the time being until the end of the map, where his score should start going up exponentially. And with the miss, it unfortunately will not. The only reason the score was staying so much heavily in favor of Maryland was because of Speed Kitty Mom's score only just now breaking over 100,000. Really not doing too much for Stacker's score, unfortunately.
Yeah, Georgia having such trouble just finding people to act as supporting combos for its highlight player in Stacker, and it's biting them a lot in this one. Maryland now halfway to the victory here. 3 points to nothing on the side of Georgia. That said, Georgia does pick next. They've got a chance to turn this one around.
Even if Stacker had held on to the full combo, with the accuracy that he had, it still would have been short by about like 100,000-ish. Unfortunate for Georgia. There is always that argument of like, well, if he'd held on, they would have gotten it, but not realistically, with the supporting scores from his teammates. Unfortunately, would not have been enough.
Yeah. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes. It's hard. I'm wondering what Georgia even has that they have a three-man roster on, because it seems like that's just going to be the struggle.
Yeah, I don't really know what Georgia is wanting to pick. I can't imagine they really have anything anymore where they're like, where they're thinking that maybe, you know, one player can full combo and the other team won't get a good enough score to counter that. Whether that player's stacker or not, obviously one of the strongest players on Georgia, but it's a really hard spot for Georgia here. They definitely have a lot of routes to go, but none of them seem like the right one.
For sure. I mean, it's just anything they want to go Maryland is it really intimidating on.
Hidden
Gonna be hidden one.
Yeah, this is not where I thought they were going to take their next pick, but this is a pick. This is dress as goblins. Dress as goblins. Dress as goblins.
Dressed as goblins. Yeah.
This is the very heavy finger control pick for the hidden pool. It's a lot of 1/3 streams, a few actual bursts in it of its BPM, but it's really just down to a lot of aim and finger control mechanics. Flow aim,
Yeah.
that is to say. Fucking chat. It's just ruined this song for me. Oh.
Yeah. You know what? That's the B-Stream vibe. We love it.
It's been like that in all of the matches that this map has been picked.
That makes sense.
We got stressed. We got stretched. You put whatever variation you want. They are goblins at the end of the day.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Also, to let anyone who is interested in this know, on the main channel right now, we have Pennsylvania, number 10 seed, facing off against Tennessee, the number 15 seed. And that is going on right now, so that will be at USA_states_cup_OSU. If you are interested in that match, do go give that one a watch. We'll be heading over there after this match is over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. For now, we are going to see a very, 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 very early break from very, 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 very Asian. Not any responses in terms of combo drops or accuracy drops. There goes Fadama's combo right there. Same with Kama. Variation's gonna trade it back, as well as Owomax. Now we're looking at just two FCs, and one of them has a little bit higher act than the other in Bad Ball.
Ball is such a monster, dude. It's been so crazy to see him improve as much as he has in recent tournaments.
Dude, Maxi's absolutely incredible. I've been watching this guy improve for literal years. And he's gotten so damn good. And you see it in matches like this, where that was the first time he dropped accuracy, was a quarter of the way into this map.
Yeah, very Asian, struggling pretty hard on this map. Unfortunately, once again, it really is just third player syndrome for Georgia. Just not having the third player who's even slightly comfortable on whatever map is being picked here. Max is struggling as well, but Max definitely looks a lot more comfortable than Very Asian does. Kodama dropping their combo is going to be something for Maryland, and the Chainless as well. Batball dropping their combo too, and Kama not having a full combo anymore will mean that this is once again going to be Stacker versus the world. Kama has built up their combo back up to 700 though, so it really is down to supporting combos for Georgia. Once again, they need to have these supporting combos if they want a chance to bring this back. And unfortunately, with Max and Asian missing as much as they are, it's not looking too good for that.
Yeah, the thing is that Stacker is only able to gain about 450k more total score before he reaches the max of 1 million, and you already see this 150k score lead is going to wall him out a little bit, and that's only going to stay intact as Kama is a great combo. Batball and Kodama have recovered their supporting combos, and it's worrying because I don't think Stacker alone is going to be enough to fight against that.
Yeah, Stacker holding on strong though. There is always potential for more misses from the side of Maryland. The map is not over yet, but I mean, with the supporting combos from Stacker's team and Max and Very Asian, it's looking more and more like an impossible task, unfortunately. Regardless of his current FC or not. And
yeah, Stacker needed them all to break about 60 seconds ago, and it's just not going to happen. And Georgia has lost another one of their picks. Maryland is up 4-0. Georgia only has one guaranteed pick left.
And we do unfortunately end up not seeing the FC from Stacker on the very end streams there. Kama does bring back their score. It's not a full combo, but it is still a very impressive 1300 combo. Batball with the 1x 50, the one singular slider break. Unfortunate for them. But regardless, they still won the map. It was their break point to take off of Georgia, and they're going to immediately go into Free Mod 1.
All right, Gorilla Step. This one pretty difficult. Very doubles focused map. You have these really weird sudden snaps all across the map, and it's very, very uncomfortable. And given how Georgia's second, third players have been playing, I think this makes sense. Clearly, people haven't been comfortable with this kind of rhythm. So I really like this pick from Maryland.
Curious to see where Sean's is for Georgia, as well as Razorfruit. I don't think we've seen Razorfruit at all.
I have not.
Which is really odd, considering he is another fantastic player alongside Stacker. Wondering if either of those players are here or not. Yeah, Razorfruit not being here is really not what you want to see. This is almost exactly like what happened with New York. Obviously, New York was in a slightly different situation because they didn't have Taquito and Rhythm Game tonight for their match, and they ended up losing that against Florida. But it's just never feels good when you are down some of your best players.
Yeah, Georgia really needs Razorfruit right now, and unfortunately, not having him, it's a huge hurt for the team, and you can see it. Honestly, they're missing the lineups that they so desperately need on a lot of these maps, and it makes you wonder, right? Like, what if they had the full roster here, right? How could this be different?
Definitely, I think score-wise, maps would have been a lot closer. I don't know how much closer, right? Because Maryland is such a dominant team as they are showing in this match. But it's also kind of unfortunate that Georgia has to fight Maryland in losers bracket. Nonetheless, you know, this early on. Really Maryland's fault for going down to losers bracket so early, but if it wasn't Maryland, I think it would have been New York. So either way, it was going to be a tough fight for Georgia. Early miss from Max on the HCHR did opt to do a little bit of overmodding for Georgia. Not necessarily what you want to see, but if the player is comfortable more so putting hidden with Hard Rock than they are with just Hard Rock, it makes a lot of sense. Very Asian, choosing to be the hidden player for Georgia, and Stacker opting to be Nomad. Monko2K, it's Nomad for Maryland, Kama with Hard Rock, and Batball with Hidden, finding some misses of their own.
Yeah, both the hidden players actually do find misses as Very Asian goes down as well. That said, it's again the accuracies. It's Maryland looking at the 97s on Batball and Kama and just taking it away. The highest accuracy on Georgia is Stacker's 96. He's also the only combo that they have now with a double break from Max and Asian. No response from Maryland.
Really impressive score here so far from Kama. The Hard Rock this map is not easy with Hard Rock by any means.
Yeah.
It's not easy with Hidden, but especially with Hard Rock, this map is quite challenging.
Yeah. We're going to see Stacker find a miss. That is the big combo on Georgia gone. There's still 2 FCs left on Maryland, one of them modded, and they're going to continue to take it away into the second KI. Batball missing doesn't matter because that's not where your eyes should be pointed at all.
Yeah, Monko2K, Kama, really just locking this pick down for their team. No combos left remaining on Georgia. Monko2K does end up dropping their combo, but they've already built up a very substantial 500,000 point lead halfway through the map. I hate saying it this early, but it really does just feel like it's over right now on this pick.
Yeah, I also hate saying it. I hate giving up. I hate giving the Redditors a chance to say, oh, all these commentators say it's over before it's, but like, it's over. There's not really much you can do if you're Georgia. You don't have the combo, and someone else really has the combo and the accuracy to boot. The fact that the highest act on the lobby is a Hard Rock player on this map is insane.
Yeah, players are very confused by Kama right now. As well as I think this score is just absolutely crazy. But Kama is really putting in the work. They are showing just how much they want this win.
Yeah, I mean, it's extra credit at this point, but you might as well take it. Kama looking so good. None of these snaps are tripping him up. This scores a Twitter post for sure, right? Like, there's no way it's not.
Actually, it would be an X post, formerly known as Twitter.
Am not giving in to that one. And neither is Kama. He's not giving in to the nerves, not one bit. 1,500 combo at the end. 97.6% accuracy. Let me reiterate once again that this guy has the highest AC in the lobby, the highest combo in the lobby. It's Kama to close out a full combo.
Yeah, absolute monstrous score from Kama, and the score difference between these two teams is just so massive. I mean, it's literally Kama's score and then some, right? Kama just absolutely performed. I think that is the first Hard Rock FC we've seen on this map. And a 1x50 slider break from Monko2K too. Really unfortunate timing where they got it. It had to have been right in the middle, considering they only reached 550,000 score. It's just, I mean, what do you do, right? If you're Georgia, like you come to that break towards the end of the map, and you just see the Hard Rock player full comboing with like 97% accuracy. Like, what do you do?
Cry call your therapist, and pick DT4 apparently.
Double time for potentially the last pick of the match. I don't want to say it's over because it's really not, realistically, right? This is Georgia's pick. They have to be feeling even slightly confident in whatever they picked. But this is going to be Totem Bloom. This is finger control. It's got some bursts in it, and then the end of the map is pretty much strictly streams. It's definitely a kind of map where you really want to build up as much combo as you possibly can, and if you're missing, you really want to be missing at the end. You don't want to be missing anywhere before then. Pretty stamina intensive map as well. You know, with it only being 213 BPM, you wouldn't consider this too much stamina intensive, but there's a lot of finger control at the beginning that can definitely drain some players' stamina, and then once you get into the streams at the end, if you aren't ready for that and you aren't prepared with that amount of stamina, you're definitely going to suffer. A little bit of friendly banter between teammates here.
Of course.
Going into the 6th map of the match, potentially the final one. This is Georgia's pick. We are match point for Maryland, 5-0 currently. Going to see Monko2K, Minus, and Kama playing for Maryland. And for the side of Georgia, we have Stacker, Owomax, and Speed Kitty Myam.
Here we go to this one. This map doesn't really stop ever. It's a constant barrage of finger control, and you make sure your accuracies are kept up tight, and it is the accuracies in Maryland outperforming currently. That said, it's going to be a first break from Kama, Minus falling right up. Max is going to trade it out, but, you know, that's one FC to 2.
Yep, score lead will shift over towards Georgia for one of the first times in this match, I believe. Is going to be favoring them simply because of Stacker and Speed Kitty Meow. Max finding yet another break, not going to do too much help for Georgia, but this, you know, I expect Stacker to put up a solid score. What we need to see from Georgia is we need to see Speed Kitty Meow to hold on to their combo.
Yeah, Speed Kitty Meow is the difference that Georgia needs right now. They've had such a trouble with just having good support for Stacker. Now they finally have this chance, but it needs to be Speed Kitty Meow to continue to hold on, as we're starting to see Minus has recovered for Maryland. Kama's having issue, but as long as Minus is there to back Monko's FC up, Maryland is still very much in the threat range.
Max is bringing back their combo, actually, going into this final section. As I say that, they do unfortunately end up missing a little bit of caster curse, possibly. But we are coming into one of the hardest portions of the map here. A lot of these slider jumps are kind of just nasty, right? Yeah, we see a miss from Speed Kitty Mom on the slider jumps, and it doesn't feel good missing those. Because if you were able to hold through there, you're able to get to the stream portion, which so far Speed Kitty Meow looked pretty comfortable on the streams, but yeah, with the miss that they had, the score is going to shift heavily towards Maryland, and this is looking almost certainly over, especially now that Stacker has found some chain misses and dropped their combo as well.
And the break, it's over. Stacker already knows, already writing GG at the break. The players can see the scores. They understand that unfortunately it wasn't enough. Georgia knows now that they will not be moving on in United States Cup 2023. This is where it ends, as Maryland beats them out on a sweep, a 6-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Georgia, you can't beat yourself up too much. I don't think you were ever favored in this matchup. That's not to say there weren't a lot of Georgia fans. I myself, I really wanted to see them do well in this tournament, but they just didn't have some of their players, and they didn't look too great on some of these maps where, I mean, it's just not something that you can beat yourself up on. Um, that said, Maryland definitely deserved this victory. They played out of their mind. Monko 2K with the full combo, looking very nice to finish it out. And Maryland will be going on to play against Oregon here in just about an hour and
30
a
minutes.
no, okay, yeah, 30 minutes. Sorry, my UTC times are a little mixed up in my head. 30 minutes from now, they will be playing against them. So a little bit of a pause and a little bit of a break for them. And I believe we are going to swap over streams to the main stream. We're going to go over to go watch the rest of the match between Pennsylvania and Tennessee that's being casted by Chillier Pair and iFlame right now. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I've been Pigeon. Hike me. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Congratulations again to Maryland on the victory, and good luck to them in just 30 minutes on the main stream. Not much more to say. Thank you all for watching. We're going to be switching over to the main stream. Please enjoy the rest of tonight's wonderful United States Cup matches.